Hello, my name is Cynthia Mascarenas, and I am here to talk to you briefly about how to approach the holidays with a grieving heart. Holidays are a difficult time for many people for many reasons. And so, why is it so difficult for a griever? A griever is concerned about missing their loved one, even more so around a holiday. A griever is also concerned about just having a meltdown, a complete emotional breakdown in the presence of others at what is supposed to be a fun, festive occasion. A griever can also be afraid of actually having a good time and enjoying the celebration, and because they might associate guilt with their ability to enjoy. So I'm here to address some of those issues and talk about what it is that you need to do to prepare for the holidays. This applies to both the grieving person and it applies to the friends and family of the grieving person, because it helps so much if you know what to do and how to help your loved one who is missing their loved one. If you can remember this, a grieving person needs rest. And by that I mean R-E-S-T. Rest. R, recognize the signs of depression. We'll talk more about all of these in a moment. E is eliminate unnecessary stress. S, stay in the present. T, take grief breaks. So in a moment, we'll talk more about rest. What does it mean for a griever to rest as the holiday season approaches? So let's talk about the R, rest. R, recognize signs of depression. They're not hard to miss. And sometimes they might even become something you've just expected a grieving person to do. And up to a point, some element of sadness is to be expected. However, depression is one of those things that can overtake you if you don't actively combat depression every day, every hour. This is the big reason why grieving is so exhausting. So when a person who's grieving sleeps a lot, cries a lot, does not laugh, does not want to do anything, understand that they are battling depression. As valid as it might be, both you as a grieving person and the people in your life need to work out a plan to actively combat this depression. This does not involve denying your pain. It involves acknowledging your pain and making a decision that you will allow yourself only this much of being in that deep, dark hole, but you will work at climbing out of it with the help of the people that love you. Let's talk about the E in rest. Eliminate unnecessary stress, which means don't go ahead and organize an event for the holidays. Let somebody else do that. Don't volunteer to do anything for that event. Let everybody else do that. For you, just making a decision to show up and then actually showing up is going to be a lot of work. So as the grieving person and friends of grieving person, eliminate unnecessary stress on the grieving person. S, this is going to be a hard one. S is for stay in the present. Everything in you is going to want to reminisce, and there is nothing wrong with that. Reminiscing is good. It's part of the healing process. However, try your level best to enjoy what is going on in the moment. The sounds of laughter, take them in. the joy on the face of other people. Take them in. The little squeals that children let out when they are opening a new gift, take that in. Allow it to bring a smile to your face. It is all part of the healing process. And then the other part of it is the T. Take grief breaks. This is where, when you reminisce, when you feel sad, when you think about something in the past, or you look at the future and you don't feel a lot of hope, allow yourself to grieve the loss of what you had and the loss of your dreams for the future. But let it just be a grief break, not a lifestyle. Dive right back into the other aspects of rest. Dive right back into staying in the present. Dive right back into eliminating stress and recognizing that you have to actively battle depression. So once again, I remind you, rest is very important around the Christmas time or Thanksgiving or whatever it is that you're approaching. Let's talk about a few other strategies in approaching the holidays. Plan. I cannot use that word enough. Plan. Don't just say, I'm going to see what I feel like doing when that day arrives. Or don't just say, I am expecting so-and-so to invite me, or I think we're going to do the same thing we did last year. Plan. Expect it to be difficult. Plan on doing something with other people. Plan on being around other people. You get to choose who those people are in your life. Nobody gets to force that upon you. Just have a plan. And better yet, have a backup plan for your plan. Because if your plan involves one or two people, or there is a situation that requires them to cancel, you would find yourself without a plan. And you cannot approach the holidays without a plan. Plan on having a distraction, plenty of distraction. Engage in festivities. There is so much going on around you that is festive and celebrates Thanksgiving and Christmas and whatever other festivities you enjoy at this time of the year. Find those places. Find someone to go with you or go alone. It's not easy, but yes, you can go alone. And yes, you will be surrounded by other people you don't know. You will be surrounded with the sound of laughter and people celebrating and all of those emotions that you don't feel within you. However, engage. Go ahead and do them anyway. Nothing's easy. It's not easy to disengage, and it's not healthy to disengage. It's not easy to engage, but it is healthy to engage. So there is no easy choice, but there is a healthy choice. So engage in activities that have already been planned in and around your area, in your church, with your family, with your friends. Do not disconnect. Here's the crucial point. Don't wait for others to invite you. Invite yourself. Approach a friend, approach a family member and say, hey, such and such is going on. I'd like to go. Would you go with me? Or I heard you and your family were doing such and such event. Would it be okay if I joined you? There is nothing wrong with inviting yourself. And I'll tell you why it is so important that you invite yourself. Because others don't really know what to do with you. They don't know what to do with your grief. They don't know if they should leave you alone and just let you wallow in your grief. They don't know if they should push you into doing something outside of your grief. They don't know what's too little. They don't know what's too much. And the truth be told, you don't know either, because this grief journey just has a mind of its own. It takes you where it takes you every single day, and you just have to be flexible. So if you invite yourself and you tell somebody, I would like to do as much as possible, would you include me? Then that gives you the option to say, maybe I will do this with you, and maybe I won't, but thank you for the invitation. Give yourself permission to change your mind, but sort of make a commitment in your head that you're going to do everything you can to not change your mind. If you tell yourself you have no choice but to go, it will be very intimidating. But if you give yourself permission to cancel, it'll give you the freedom. And once you've given yourself the permission to cancel, you may realize that you don't really want to cancel. You may have to push yourself a little to go and do what you need to do, but you can, and you will do it, and you will be thankful for doing it. And to friends of someone who's grieving, I can tell you the most freeing words that I ever heard when I was invited to my very first Thanksgiving after my husband passed away at a friend's house. She said, "It's not going to be a big crowd, it's just going to be me and my family. And we know that you may just want to get up and walk out and cry. You can. You may just want to sit at the table and weep. You can. You may want to get up and go take a nap. You can. We just want you to know that whatever happens, wherever your grief takes you, we want to be with you that day. We want to share in your laughter. We want to share in your pain. We want to bring you joy, but we do not want to deny your sadness and your pain and your loss." And that, my friends, is how we all approach the holidays when we're dealing with someone who is grieving the loss of a loved one. You love them where they are, but you love them enough to help them keep moving forward, one step at a time, one holiday at a time. Eventually, the sun will shine again. Eventually, your heart will smile again. Thank you so much for letting me into your holiday season. I pray that your Thanksgiving is blessed and that you are surrounded by many who love you, and that you can find so much to be thankful for despite what you've lost. I pray that at Christmas, you will remember the Christ of Christmas, because without Him, we have no hope. And I pray as this year rounds to an end, that it will not just be a year that you are just eager to put behind you because of tragedy, calamity, and loss, but that it is a year that you will be able to look back upon and see how closely you were held by a loving God, how well you were loved by the people in your lives that God gave you, and how well you triumphed over the tragedy in your life. As I leave you, I need you to remember this. You are triumphant and you are treasured. Thank you, God bless you, and have a wonderful, wonderful time this holiday season, despite the pain in your heart. Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa. Just God go with you during this season. Thank you.